Hey, everybody. Let's talk briefly about the 5 elements of plot. This is probably a review for most of you. I know you did this in middle school, but it's good to do it now. It's an important time to do it now because you're going to be spending some time on it in English too as well. So let's just talk about how all this stuff comes together in the story that you just read. Let's start off with the first element, which is exposition. This is where we get to know the characters, the setting, we get to know what's going on, the background of the story. In the story that you read, we meet Mr. Peabody, we meet Billy, Timmy, the baseball team. We find out he's a history teacher, he's also the coach, and we have an idea what the story is going to be about. The rising action is number 2. That is when the story starts to come together. So after the games, Mr. Peabody walks home. Timmy sees him take an apple without paying. They go, they watch again. He does it again. And now the rumors start to fly, right? So now we've got something interesting. The story is starting to take place. We've got a history teacher and a coach who's thought of as a thief by everybody in town, including his students and his players. We're now building toward a climax. The climax occurs when they find out they weren't stolen apples, that Mr. Peabody had set up, had a deal going on with the shop owner, and he already paid for the apples, and things start to change. That's our turning point. That's our climax. That's when Timmy realizes, oh, wow, I told everybody he was a thief, but he's really not. Actually, I think it's Billy that finds out. The falling action is when Billy tells Timmy, hey, he didn't take those apples. I went to the store with him, and we talked to the shop owner, and he didn't steal anything. And that's leading us now toward our 5th and final part of the story, which is the resolution, where everything comes together, and Mr. Peabody teaches Timmy the lesson about spreading rumors. He uses the pillow and the feathers, and he teaches him that lesson. So there's also a theme there as well, right? A theme that's pretty obvious to see in a children's story. So why did I use a children's story to go through these 5 elements of plot? It's not because it's easy, even though it is a little bit easier to identify those things in a children's story. The reason that we focused on a kid's story, a children's story, is because that is your assignment. That's what you're going to do over the next couple of days. You are going to write your own children's story, and you're going to illustrate it. You're going to use a website called Storyboard That. Some of you may have used it before. I think we may have even used it at the very beginning of the year in class for some stuff on a Friday. I can't really remember. But it's a cool website. It allows you to create a story like a cartoon with different illustrations and images and characters and all that kind of fun stuff. So have fun with it. Follow the instructions on the slides. Make sure you read the instructions, guys. It tells you everything you need to do step by step. So follow those instructions. Have fun. You're going to have a couple days to work on this. It's not going to be due until Friday. And I will see you again on Friday. No slides tomorrow.